There we go.
Oh my goodness. How long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing it since, this is our 4th interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is exciting. What inspired? I know you told me the reason why you want to put this out into the world, but why now?
I don't know. Now was the time that I finally decided to myself that I should stop sleeping on myself. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a big realization. And it's gonna take you far, honestly.
I really hope it takes everyone who's involved far. I'm hoping that yes, I do get to where I see myself getting with it, but further than I can ever imagine is where I'd like it to go.
And you as a team, what is your inspiration behind this? Because I know his vision for it. Do you share the same vision?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, most definitely. When he told me about it, I already took it to everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it was when he told me this is what we're doing. We are connecting like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, for me, it was like it's a no-brainer. You know, it's the same space. I read Kanye West's tweet the other day saying, "Find your tribe." The type is the people who are passionate about the same thing that you're passionate about. So I'm passionate about most of the things that she's passionate about. So yeah, you know.
And our first guest said something that stuck with me, and it's probably gonna take go with it anyway. That collaborating to compete is
Yes.
the best way.
Yes.
So I think I'm helping people find their tribe.
Yes.
And connect and collaborate to compete and do better from where they were at that point, knowing that there's someone who's publishing. Someone is sitting at home thinking, man, I want to do this publishing thing, but it seems like I have to be all these other things, and they see you and like, I don't, I just have to be me because you are just simply being you and doing you so beautifully. And I think for me, that's what motivates me. But it's sort of for cutting in.
No, for me, it's like just, I think as Black people, we don't think about creating wealth. We just live for today and we don't care about our kids and whatever. So for me, I think it's something we can leave behind for our children. Even these videos are something, because imagine now when you're in your 60s and you show your grandkids, this is how I started, and, you know? So it's the long term, like just creating wealth as Black people and focusing, like, you know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Foundation building. You see?
Exactly.
Because I think we're at the stage of our existence and actually generationally where we're taking the power, we're holding the power, holding the space for our families, our ancestors, and we're hitting the reset button for ourselves. So we have the past that taught us lessons, but now we have more tools and we are more knowledgeable and more connected. Because you've got a collective idea, you've got a collective purpose in all of this, but you all have individual skill sets.
Exactly.
And somehow you found yourselves in this balance. And you were telling me that you're together for 5 years now.
Yeah.
That's a long time to cultivate relationships and keep it going and keep it strong.
And find the reason for your attraction, because there's one thing I hold true to is that we're not just we've got a bad decoder of attraction as people, because I would assume if I'm attracted to a woman that it might be like a sexual thing, a physical, let's go on dates and stuff, but there's so much depth to attraction that we have no knowledge of. And I've learned that I met Subati being attracted to her, but she's attracted so much more other things that have brought joy into my life. Yeah, and just understanding attraction differently it's the lesson that I've learned from her. Yeah.
Okay. That's a conversation for like a larger conversation we
Yeah,
usually have
indeed.
today. That's a lesson. That's a life lesson.
Indeed. Because I think a lot of people could learn a lot from understanding attraction.
Yeah.
And understanding a lot, dog, like a lot, because I feel like there's a certain way people think, you know, and we need to press a reset button on how people view the world. Like Sipati said, Black people, there's a certain way we view things, you know. We don't see wealth, like there's a certain group of people who think a certain way, and then there's a majority of us who are programmed to, for lack of a better word, who are programmed to do the same things all the time.
Absolutely.
Wake up in the morning, we're not saying 9 to 5 is wrong, but wake up in the morning, forget your dreams, this is what you do. It's a system that was put in place for people to make a lot of, it's a system, it was put in place for the wealth creators, for us to be. It sounds
No, the cogs in the works.
Yeah.
We're the legs on the ground, and then everyone else is flourishing at the top. I
Exactly.
get it.
Exactly.
I get it.
But yeah, it is that. So, like I said, your tribe, people who are
Now,
passionate about.
What's your viewpoint on replacing things and fixing things? So,
Replacing things. You know, that question takes me back to a conversation I was having with a friend of mine. We were asking about it. Technology. You know, technology is replacing labor.
Okay.
So, in the long run, there won't be a need for labor. People won't need jobs. Like, there won't be a job for anybody. You know, in the long run, that's what they're trying to get to, so that people don't work. Because what costs business more, it's labor. So the solution, what's the solution when we get to this point where now people don't need to work? How are people gonna make money? So how do we replace? Because they are replacing people with machines. How do we? What's the solution for now people not having jobs? What's the solution for unemployment? Because now we say we are creating jobs by introducing technology, but the technology is taking the job.
So how do we become irreplaceable?
How do we become irreplaceable? Yeah, that's a good question.
Think about it.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
I think as people, you just need to keep on evolving.
Yeah.
You can't be stuck at where you are.
Yeah.
As much as technology keeps on evolving, we as people also need to keep on staying with the times.
Yeah.
Life will surprise you, hey?
Yeah, that's all.
There's a gentleman a couple weeks ago. I went just around the corner here to Selby to a print house. It's called Inside Data, and the gentleman who hosted the meeting with my business partner and I, he was talking about how he's been in the industry for 30 odd years, and he says at the beginning when he first started off in printing, it took 7 years as an apprentice to then become a printer. It's like 7 years of labor, dedication, and
Paying his dues.
paying his dues.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, and it's so crazy to see how things have advanced now, because all we need to do is push a button. So now in his old age, he's grateful for that, that it's so easy.
Yeah.
But it was such, like he said, it's a good example that you take 7 years for you to become a doctor now. Back then it was just to do something as simple and looked down upon as printing. And we take it for granted because everything is on paper now, right? Or we're moving into the digital space, but we still print things either way. And you get your booklets, you get your pamphlets on the side of the street, but there's so much that went into that in the past that's being overlooked now. The paper is still such an important role, plays an important role. But for him, as you said, paying your dues, that time, the dedication, learning the craft to do it by hand, and then actually later on in life learning technology, he had to learn the system. Yeah. So but he didn't stay stagnant. He decided to learn still in these 30 years.
Yeah.
So
Hey man, you learn forever,
Yeah, I think I don't know. There is a certain understanding that you can stop. You must stop learning. I grew up with people who thought at a certain point, now you stop learning. Now you must work. You must earn money. But it doesn't work like that. Like you just need to keep learning. And I'm learning from this book I'm reading that to keep sharp, to keep good mental health and a good mind, and not go into early onset dementia is learning new things.